And in our top business story, the UAE Minister of Energy, Suhail Al-Mazroui, has announced that the UAE is confident of achieving 44% of clean energy targets by 2050. He was quoted saying at the World Future Energy Summit over in Abu Dhabi that with the technological advancements in the renewable energy sector, they are confident of achieving their target, and they will be investing in different forms of renewable energy, including normal photovoltaic, concentrated solar power and other forms. He said that they will allow natural competition in the bidding process to achieve the best tariffs for the generation of solar power, and that they want both fossil fuels and greener forms of energy in balance. This comes as the UAE government announced its clean energy strategy last week, which will include clean coal, gas, nuclear energy, solar and wind power, and biofuels, and also includes 44% clean energy, 38% gas, 12% clean coal, and 6% nuclear. The strategy will aim to invest 600 billion dirhams to meet demands for energy and ensure the sustainability growth in the UAE's economy. The government estimates that the new strategy will result in savings of 700 billion dirhams. As the UAE aims to develop into the world's largest maritime hub by 2025, the Dubai-based Emirates Maritime Arbitration Centre, which is the first specialised centre of its kind in the MENA region, highlighted the need to focus on cultural nuances while dealing with maritime disputes here in the Middle East. With a huge marine infrastructure and an industry worth more than $61 billion, the UAE's marine industry is set to continue its growth into the future. And while the UAE is gaining reputation internationally as a global maritime hub, officials highlighted that it is not often used as an arbitration seat to resolve shipping disputes. While hosting the first of a series of events in Abu Dhabi to promote their services to local maritime partners, officials revealed that the Middle East is a unique maritime cluster and there is a great necessity for a specialised maritime arbitration centre in the region to fill the huge vacuum that exists between Europe and Asia, as currently all maritime-based disputes requiring arbitration are being resolved in New York, London, Singapore or Hong Kong. While defining EMAC's role as a regional arbitration centre based in the DIFC and their commitment to settling maritime disputes quickly and efficiently, officials revealed that unless otherwise agreed between arbitration parties, the DIFC courts shall have the final jurisdiction to determine any claim or challenge relating to any award issued by EMAC. Some cases where a third-party mediation could be helpful includes disputes between ship owners and merchants, as well as shippers and sellers of cargo in terms of claims or insurance, and in some rare cases when there is damage to a ship resulting in loss of goods or loss of life and injuries.
There is a different way in which you approach disputes, bearing in mind the cultural nuances of the region, as opposed to if you were dealing with a maritime dispute in, say, Singapore or in London. So there are, there are subtleties in the way in which you can steer and advise your clients through to a resolution. And what we want to do is to use some of the experience that some of the panel members have in guiding and steering the arbitrations through the Emirates Maritime Arbitration Centre, through a proper course to basically to give us. It's all about giving the centre as much credibility as possible in the region, and we as board members, have a certain degree of accountability as well. So it's focusing on the credibility of the centre and being able to have experienced people who are used to dealing with the region. Whereas often in many disputes, it comes down to fundamental misunderstandings between parties. And what we're trying to do is to reduce the risk of those misunderstandings as much as possible.
Masdar is to develop a cutting-edge waste-to-energy plant over in Sharjah in partnership with Bee'ah, which was announced at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week for 2017. Diverting as much as 300,000 tonnes of solid waste from landfill every year, the project will help Sharjah reach its zero waste to landfill target by 2020, as well as the UAE deliver on its 2021 goal of diverting 75% of solid waste from landfills. Masdar and Bee'ah signed an MOU to collaborate on the development of new energy projects, and the facility will incinerate up to 37.5 tonnes of solid waste per hour in order to generate 30 megawatts of energy. This will add more power to what is produced by Bee'ah's auxiliary waste-to-energy project, which will eventually produce a total of 90 megawatts supplied to the Sharjah electricity grid. Khalid Al-Huraimel, the group CEO of Bee'ah, stated that the agreement will lead to more projects, as well as bold initiatives that will help the partnership to ensure a sustainable and green future for UAE. Established in 2007, Bee'ah collects around 2.3 million tonnes of waste from nearly 1 million households in Sharjah every year, diverting around 70% of its collected waste to its recycling waste management facilities from landfill. Dubai's real estate market started with a strong start to the year, generating transactions worth up to 12 billion dirhams during the first 15 days of 2017. During the first couple of weeks, land plots recorded 520 transactions worth 7.511 billion dirhams, while land sales claimed the lion's share in terms of volume, generating 306 transactions worth over 3 billion dirhams. Mortgages grew after reporting 190 transactions worth 4 billion dirhams, and building transactions totaled 682 million dirhams. Segmenting building sales and mortgages, building sales recorded 287 transactions worth 532 million dirhams, while building mortgages performed 74 transactions worth 127 million dirhams. His Excellency Sultan Butti bin Mejran, the Director General of the DLD, was quoted saying that the growth achieved in the fourth quarter of 2016 has paved the way for sustained growth at the outset of the new year. The largest investment transaction recorded during the last 2 weeks was for a piece of land in the Zabil 2 area, which was purchased for over 584 million dirhams. Meanwhile, Jebel Ali topped the scoreboard after selling a building for 5.2 million dirhams. And in terms of individual units, the Burj Khalifa area maintained its leadership, selling one unit for over 18 million dirhams and another for 12 million. The Palm Jumeirah followed after, selling a unit for 10.5 million dirhams.